You know what I love is when people who listen to us send story ideas, because they're often some of the best ones. So Rob, who always signs Rob in Kerrisdale, sent me an email about a week ago, Eric, and he said, I just want to know if you might be interested in a segment on a particular Vancouver street busker named Robin, who's an amazing musician. And he wanted to talk about busking really being part of Vancouver's DNA. He said this guy's had some challenges recently. I checked him out on YouTube and he's amazing. He's like incredible. So I said, Eric, check it out. Did you find Robin?
I did. I tracked him down, and his last name is Spinell. So here's my chat with Robin Spinell. Vancouver has a heartbeat. It pumps to the rhythm of the people walking through the streets, going about their day. You can feel it through the hot concrete in the summer, smell the salt water on the air. It also has a sound. And if you listen hard enough, you cut through the cars honking, the jackhammers on construction sites, the baby next door keeping you up at night. If you really try, there's a silence right before you catch it. It starts in the distance, but as you follow and the sound gets louder, you can eventually grab it. And when you look up, you're probably in front of a busker. And if it suits, you might spend a little time with them. One of the people out there on the streets is Robin. And man, can this dude shred. He hasn't been out this year because of busking restrictions, but that's not stopping him from getting popular.
Yeah, it's been picking up in the last few months, mainly because of my YouTube page. I have been running that for years, but I had a certain amount of subscribers, like 3,000 or 4,000 for, 15 years. And all of a sudden, I had a couple of videos go viral of street performances. I think one of them was Sultans of Swing.
Yep.
And another one was with this kid dancing to ZZ Top. Went absolutely nuts. It was it's over 2 million views now. I was, being plastered up in news articles all over the place. So I think the timing was just right, it kind of came out in January. So with everybody stuck at home, and depressed, they're looking for something light and funny and, seeing some life on the street. So I was just shocked. I was suddenly what? Where are these views coming from? And all of a sudden the subscribers were shooting up. And I gained 30,000 in a month.
Whoa.
And all from these two videos, which had been sitting there, one of them had been up for 4 years with hardly any views. And all of a sudden there's this bang. There's been more views, and then more people are like, oh yeah, I saw this guy on the street. I seen him out there for years. It's
oh man.
Yeah, so, it's kind of nice to be recognized. It took long enough.
15 years on YouTube. How long have you been playing guitar?
Well, I started when I was 10, so that was 1972. So, yeah, I've been doing it for a long time.
Wow.
Since the dinosaurs roamed the planet.
So,
that's how they look at me now, the kids out there, a lot of them don't even know what live music is. They see me and they kind of stare at me and they're not sure what to do. It's what is that? Is he doing that? Is that real? I have so many people go, you're faking it. When I put up these videos, they're like, you're not even playing that. You're faking it.
Really?
And I'm like, what? Yeah, people have no concept anymore of musicianship, what it is to play the guitar. So I've had kids from schools come up to me and they're like, yeah, we're doing a project at school writing about you because we've never seen, a live musician before. So we're writing about you. I'm like, wow.
Wow. That makes
definitely
it makes me happy they experienced you, Robin, but that makes me so sad to not have that experience. Are you the type that's always kind of just noodling away?
Well, on the street, I'm doing a combination of improvised jams as well as covers. So it's a mix of things to see what hits. Okay. So it's the shotgun approach of, you try out a classic song and then you see if that works. So I've kind of honed it down now to a certain amount of songs that I figured, well, yeah, this is probably going to do something, like playing, Sultans of Swing or Santana. The rest of the time, when I'm not getting any attention and people are ignoring me, which is probably 90% of the time, I just start playing what the hell I want. I was just like, screw this.
Yeah.
I'm going to jam for an hour. And then sometimes people will react to that. It's like you just stop caring. And then I just, retreat into the zone and try to ignore all the distractions of the street, which is, psychos and drug addicts.
Well, I was going to say, you're probably running into a lot of interesting characters when you're out there.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I already wrote a book about it. I haven't published it yet.
Really?
But I kept diaries for a year. When I was out 2019, I did about 8 months down on a waterfront station. And I just figured, because everybody was like, I was telling them stories about what's happening. They're like, dude, you need to write a book before you forget all this. Yes. So I started writing a diary every day, and it was up and down. It's like a roller coaster. When you're out there, you get the emotions that you go through, because it's, one day you're getting attention and somebody's like, thank you. And then one day somebody's crying, they're so happy to have heard it. I mean, I was just amazed when I heard, that the first time, somebody actually coming up to me and oh my God, the way you played that. And then you stand there and he's literally crying. And I was like, and then, the next day you're getting assaulted by some wacko. So it's just from one extreme to the other. And that's, I think, really the hardest thing to, come to terms with out there. It's just the range of experiences and emotions you're going to go through.
It probably going back to on stage, if you ever do or when you do, like, it's probably right. You're probably like, oh wow, this is really easy compared to what I'm usually doing out there.
Really boring.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's like there's no interaction. I mean, I did the band scene too for until they started shutting everything down. Mm-hmm. And yeah, generally it was play the song and then you might hear some sporadic clapping, in the back of the venue, because everybody's sitting on the other side. And I'm like, okay, so it was pretty rare to have interaction in a venue compared to the street. I mean, that's what I love about it out there, at least, is somebody likes it, they will actually, hang around and then they talk to me after the song's over and, start asking about the guitar or what they liked about it. So that's what I thought is great about being out there.
You can find Robin and all the links to his t-shirts. His original music is on his YouTube channel. It's Shatnershairpiece.
Oh, come on, really?
Yeah. He had I had to cut it out, but he had a great story about how that name came about. And actually, we chatted for a good 20 minutes, Linda. That was I'm so glad Rob sent us that email, because it was so great. But during the conversation, we actually got the emergency test alert in the middle of my chat.
Come on.
Yeah, this is what that sounded like.
Page where I sell originals, and I think that's
Oh.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I'm
Is that emergency?
It's the emergency. Is it a test? We're all wondering, is it a test? Do we worry? What's
There's
going
an earthquake.
on?
No.
Yeah, right. No.
That was a mistake, by the way. They sent out that alert was the same one. Somebody pushed the wrong button or whatever. So let me just tell you this, Eric. I thoroughly enjoyed every single second of that interview and that piece. This is just fascinating to me. I mean, I don't know if I've seen him, but I saw the video of the little girl who was jamming to, what was it, Sultans of Swing?
No, that was a ZZ Top song. Yeah.
I saw that video, and people were, putting it on Twitter, and it was just really fun to watch, because this little girl was just dancing up a storm and clearly enjoying it. And so when it turned out it was that guy that Rob had recommended we check out, that he was super fun. I'd love to have a beer with that guy.
Oh, he was so cool. And like I said, we chatted for 20 minutes, Linda, and he had stories on stories of all kinds of stuff. Yeah, really cool. Really awesome guy, Shatnershairpiece, and on YouTube. And he can play, Linda. Like, he is so talented. It's awesome.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to say thank you to my team, Alan Regan, Amir Ali, and Eric Chapman. And we're going to leave you with more from Vancouver busker Robin Spinell. Talk to you tomorrow.